back to the basics. All right. That was shit. All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm starting a new series. I like to call it Back to the Basics. Why? Well, it's simple. I keep getting asked the same question over and over. Now, granted, these questions are basically in class. However, I'm going to do a YouTube video and pretty much just cover the basics. This way, when I teach class, I can just send everybody here to the basics. And you never know, it might help you out. So, we're going to start off the series with everyday carry belts. We're not going to be talking about, your average gun belt, your war belt, things like that. We're not covering that stuff. We're covering your everyday carry belt. Now, most people, guys, we wear belts, obviously. All right, especially me. I suffer from a sad case of no hips at all and no ass at all, which means when I start to put weight on my pants, they start to sag. I don't like that feeling. I don't like having to hike my pants up constantly throughout the day. And for me, I've always had a problem finding a really good everyday carry belt. All right, before we get too deep into the video, guys, full disclosure, no money has changed hands for this video. Core Essentials was gracious enough to send me one of their products to review, even though I've already had a bunch of their belts. They sent me one. We're not even going to talk about these stupid little military belts that I used to have. But for the longest time, I tried running. I've tried everything, guys. All right, I tried running your basic Riggers belt. Now, this was pretty good. It is sort of rigid, but not really. It's pretty flexible. My biggest beef was the Velcro system. All right. So all of this is Velcro, but you can see inside the Velcro is worn out, and I cannot get this to snug up as tight as I want it to be. All right. I like to be able to adjust things. Now, the other drawback that I saw with that belt was once it was on, it was pretty much on. It was a real pain in the rear to get it off for those moments where you got to take your belts off. All right. For a couple of years, I ran these basic nylon belts. It does have a really nice Cobra buckle on the front. And I ran these, 5-6 years. These are right off Amazon. All right. I've got light tan. I've got dark tan. I've got black, green, blue, all the colors of the rainbow. Okay. Depending on what I was wearing. The problem I found with those is even though I got them cinched up, they would start to kind of give a little over time throughout the day, and I'd have to tighten them up. Or, simply put, they would start to bow out or sag because the belt's on my waist like this, and then I add the weight of a gun, and it starts to tilt. I did not like that. And especially depending on the type of firearm I was carrying. I mean, it's one thing if it's a Glock. They're fairly light. But when I tried to carry a .226, it was a real pain in the ass. So I just stopped carrying my .226. It's a heavy gun, all right? It's a workout on your hips. Then I found a product that I fell in love with. And I had been using this product long before they collaborated with me and sent me one of their products to show all of you. All right. So what am I talking about? I am talking about the Core Essentials EDC gun belt. All right. Now let me talk about the features and the benefits. One, the belt's right here. Okay. It is one size fits most. It is a massively long belt. When you get it, I think the maximum size is a 54-inch waist. Now, that's a whole lot of belt. I obviously don't need that. I only wear a 30. maybe a 29. So I'm going to have to trim that down, which you're going to have to do yourself. But the nice thing is, it's going to fit you perfectly. All right? I have found that the core belt is absolutely the best fitting and most comfortable concealed carry belt you can get on the market. And I've tried them all. All right? The belt, I'm just going to hold on to this. The belt actually has a hidden track inside. So, as you're sliding it in, you're going to hear it engage. It is not going anywhere. The buckle is heavy duty, and it's good for up to, I think this one is rated for like 10 pounds. You can get a 1.5 inch, 1.75 inch. I think currently today I am wearing a 1.75 inch. This right here is a 1.5 inch. So the one I am wearing today on my jeans, just around the house, is a little bit wider than that. All right. They are nice and stiff. They can hold that weight. Keep that gun in place. All right. It is the perfect fit all day, every day. Core Essentials is the first belt manufacturer that created the ratcheting system. It has 2 SUS patents, and many other companies now are trying to copy what Core built the foundation of. Core Essentials is the ultimate adjustable belt, in my opinion. You can't go wrong. Hands down, this is the belt I recommend for everybody when it comes to everyday carry. It is not just multicam or like the one I'm wearing now, the tan one. They have leather, they've got nylon, they have ones that look like the police gun belt style. So the carbon fiber, I guess it would be. Lots of different styles out there for everyday carry. So you can literally buy one that looks like a leather belt you would use with your suit. The buckle, instead of being this, looks like a normal buckle. So there you go. All right. So how do you get this all set up? So when you order it, you're going to get everything in a box. All right. You're going to get items such as your belt buckle. You're going to get the belt keeper. Now, they do send an optional larger belt keeper. I tend not to use these. I just use a small one. You will get a little bag that's got your tool in it, and it's got an extra screw, so be sure not to lose that. And then you get your 2 screws that go into the back of this. So you're going to, when you get this, the screws are already installed. You got to pull them out. All right. I already did that. I don't want to lose them.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
I am going to set them off to the side. All right. Same with this keeper. Spare screw. All right. I also have, because I do own multiple Core belts, and I owned Core belts long before they sent me any, I have a closet hanger. The nice thing is it's got a slot right here just for the tool. It's got 2 little areas that will hold it in nice and tight. It's got 3 areas for you to hang your belt on. And when you hang the belt on, it's pretty simple. It just locks right in. And then to get them off, you're going to just unlock it, and it comes right off. Makes it a lot easier, because I know with me in my closet, the hanger that I had for my normal belts, it's got a little hook. It just hooks on. But as I move things around in the closet, all the belts fall off and end up hitting the floor. And, well, then they end up staying down there until I go looking for it, because I'm just lazy about it, I guess. All right. So how do you cut your belt? I know what you're thinking. All right. So you can do it with a good set of sturdy scissors. I used, to cut the one I'm currently wearing, trauma shears. The cut did not go perfectly straight, so this time I am going to try and get a nice, perfect, straight cut. Just when I cut it, yeah, it didn't go straight. It was straight enough. All right. And I want to hear it, guys. I know I was in the Navy. So this time I'm going to do something slightly different, but you're not going to trim it to your size. Like I said, I wear a 29 to a 30. However, you're going to want to trim it about 4 inches more than your waist size. So if I wear a 30, I would cut it to 34. If I want to also utilize it for in the waistband carry, then I would have to cut it 6 inches more. So me wearing a 30, I cut it to a 36. So today we're going to cut it to a 36 because there are times when I like to carry in the waistband. Plus, in the future, I can always remove more of the belt if need be, versus if I cut it too short, I can't just add more belt back. So you can always take away at this point, all right? You can't add back. So there we go. All right. So I have my belt and I'm going to layer out without spilling my coffee. Now it does come curled up in the box, so you gotta flex it. Now, if it's important to you, because a lot of these things are important to me, I try to buy American-made products. I don't want no damn Chinese bullshit. I try. I didn't say I'm adamant. All right, like nylon belts I got off Amazon, I guarantee those are Chinese. All right, this one, made in the USA. All right, so I'm going to lay it out on the table. I've got a little board to cut on. Now, in order to help me get a nice, clean, straight line, I've got a square. Don't make fun of me, all right? So I'm going to line it up perfectly. Got to do this on the edge. And for me to cut it, I'm just going to use standard utility knife. All right. This, I don't like the angle on it because it literally looks like I'm going to have to cut away from me or toward me. I mean, obviously I want to cut away from me, but the angle itself, I do not like. So I'm going to adjust. Because guys, I am trying to get this to cut as straight as possible. OCD and stuff. All right. So, get my blade, and I'm going to score it. Let's see if we can get this going. Yes, it is a brand new, sharp blade, and I'm using the ruler as a guide. It is sliced through the first couple layers, so you can see right there. That is more than enough to ensure my trimming is straight. All right, so this is the wasted piece. All right, don't need it anymore. So now I've got the belt. It's all trimmed up. I do have this little Irish pennant hanging off, so I'm just gonna cut that. All right, there you go, all trimmed up, nice and pretty. Again, this is at the 36-inch mark. All right, now you're gonna grab your buckle, just like this, right here. The back end flips open, and then this just slides right in. When it stops, all you have to do is close it. And the little teeth on the inside dig into the belt. You're not done yet because there are 2 screws you need to shove in there. That's why you need your little Allen set, and you need the little screws that come in here. Now these screws on the bottom, it's probably going to be very hard to see, are pointy, nice and sharp, and they dig into the belt. So I'm just going to start these by hand, get them balanced. All right, got that one in there. Now, me, I don't like cinching them down on one and then going to the other one. I like to kind of go evenly. And I dropped a screw. That is why they send a spare screw. So there you go. I'll find it later. All right, gonna get this started. All right, it's started. Let me cinch this down. I went to one side, got tight, and I'm going to start the other one up. And you can feel when it engages in the actual belt itself. It starts to dig into it. It'll get tight. You just got to keep cranking it down. It will stop. You on its only hand tight, right? You don't want to try and ratchet or torque that in there. Now that the buckle is installed, there you go. It's that simple. All right, now when it comes to your keeper, it looks just like this. It is flexible. It's all kind of crinkled up. This is important unless you cut it short enough to where you don't need one. I always seem to need one. All right. I'm going to show you how to put the belt on. All right, sorry for about the jump during editing. I ended up crawling around on the floor looking for that screw. I dropped it, it hit the concrete, and God only knows where it went. I'm glad I had that spare screw. All right, so let me show you how you put, I know you understand how to put a belt on. I'm just going to show you. So for this, I have tucked in my t-shirt. I don't want to hear about it in the comment section, even though I do want you to leave comments. All right, so here we go. This is the belt that I'm currently wearing. To unlock it, do this, feed it off, hold that. Okay, so there's the keeper, and this is my standard everyday belt that I wear. All right, we'll put that over there. We don't need that. We're going to use the new multicam one. Alrighty, so I like to slide it through my first belt loop and then put the keeper on. When you first get them, again, it is all squished up, so you're going to have to use it a few times and let it form to the belt. Alright, so as you can see, I'm just going to start to feed this in. Now it's in there and it's very, very, very loose. So at this point, I can adjust if I'm going to carry up front here for appendix carry, in the waistband over here at the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. There's plenty of room. Get it cinched up. Find my little belt keeper because I don't like this all flopping around. Get it in there nice and tight. There. Now the belt itself is not super tight, but if I need it tighter, because I can still move it around, then I can get it tighter. Now it's definitely not moving whatsoever. Alright, so the other thing I wanted to show you is it's nice and loose for me to get one of my random holsters on. So we can just clip right on. Alright, get it nice and tight. Got my holder. Now, what I'm trying to show you here is I can still adjust it as need be. I can tighten it up to where now it's ready to move. And the thing is not pulling away from my belt and the pants and all that. And I can still do draw and all that jazz. All right. But what's nice is if I need to take this off, this particular one does not have to get fed through the belt. All right, just because these pull away. So there's that. All right, for the purposes of this video, I have moved the buckle over to the side here, so I can have nothing but this up front. Now, how I personally like to do it is I have the holster and the gun already in there. I'm not a fan of putting a holster in and then trying to put the gun in. I like to try and put it in one whole unit. So sometimes this is not for everybody. All right. Carrying appendix, well, can be a little interesting. So, got the belt on. It's nice and tight. Nothing is moving anywhere. Boom. Right there. All right. Obviously, we all know this is a perfect spot to conceal. I like this for driving long distances. This buckle is in a good position to where I can still sit down. I can stand up. Nothing is shifting. All right. And then if I have to do the draw, we all know we do a little suck it and draw. But it's not going anywhere. All right. I personally love that part of the belt. Then I can take the whole thing out if need be, put it in my safe, tighten the belt up, and I'm good. All right. I love it. I love the belt. It's comfortable. I don't have any problems with it, and I am a true believer in the product. Like I said, I've been using the products long before they sent me anything. All right. I know the struggle of belts sometimes being a man. And ladies, don't feel left out. They do make belts for women too. Hands down, I love this system because God knows at the end of the day, after like Thanksgiving's coming up, you're bloated and you're like, oh, I need to let that belt up. All you do is unlock it, move it out a little bit, relock it, and now it's nice and loose again. All right. The belt just comes on and off, no problems, really easy, and I would not use any other EDC belt. All right. Hands down. And there is no money changing hands here. I'm just telling you. It's a great product, and I love it. All right. That being said, if you want to buy your own Core Essentials belt, the links are down in the description below. And if you use promo code GURU10 on checkout, you'll get 10% off your purchase. The whole thing, belts, accessories, etc. That is them passing the savings on to you. I get nothing out of it except cutting you a break when you're picking up an awesome product. Now, I'm not going to talk about and push a product on you that I don't use. I have used Core belts forever and a day. They, hands down, are absolutely awesome. If you're also looking to get into the more tactical side, Core also makes a two-piece war belt or gun belt for competition, range training. It's got MOLLE, the whole 9 yards, and it works with the same ratcheting system. I'm telling you right now, I will never wear another belt that does not have that ratchet system like Core. I've always struggled with my other belts, with Cobra clasps, trying to get that perfect fit, try to get it tight enough. With Core, I've never, ever had that problem. I need it tighter, ratchet it down some more. Ratchet it down till you can't feel your legs. And guess what? It's never going to shift on you. And you can run around and LARP to your heart's content and never have a problem with your belt shifting and your pants sagging. Like I said, I have no hips. I have no rear. I am built straight down. And I've always had that problem. And ever since I've used Core, zero problem. No shifting, nothing. Hands on, it's the best belt out there. All right, so give Core a try. Again, the link for them is going to be down in the description below. And I will see all of you in the next video.